that happened for real. Like I'm like arming up, like getting canned food, like I'm getting ready for Doomsday. You know, I'm looking at properties.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
But this has been going on for a long time, and like not to get too hippie-ish, but it was like these like you guys know me. I'm not a hippie, but like as I was like in this state, it was just like another question that I ask constantly is when is enough? Because like in the last few years, I've been around wealthier and wealthier people, and it's like, what is the difference to one human being when he has $10 million? Why does he need 100? Why does he need 1 billion? And then when you make 1 billion, why do you need 10 billion? And most of these people, their pursuit is just to make more money.
Yeah.
It's not to like most of the people that I know that are rich are really shitty at spending it.
The sixth richest guy in the world claws and fights to pass the fifth richest guy in the world.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's unbelievable.
And I was
there's no end to it.
I was like, what? As I make more money, what am I gonna do to it? And I do with it? And I was just like, just these thoughts that I have every day. They were all answered. Like it was just like, first you need to like, because you can never ever like change anybody. You could barely change yourself. Yeah. But then that's like the golden rule. You can't help anybody. You can't change anybody.
Yeah, we were talking about it today. But yeah.
But then there's a twist to that. I'm Korean and I'm the son of my mom, who doesn't take no for an answer. My mom will not take no for an answer. So I could sit back and go, oh, I can't change anybody, or I can force them to.
You can't force.
You can force them to after enough. It's like a dictator of like. So basically, I was like, okay, first I don't know shit about shit, and then the word corn just came in.
Corn?
Yeah, and I was like, I have this huge house. I need to build a garden. I don't know shit about gardening. I'm not like I need to fucking grow corn and like potatoes and beets and all this
huge
shit.
Plants.
Yeah.
Those are like 8 feet high.
Whatever, man. I need to grow this shit.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I need to have a well in my house. I need to have fresh water, and I need to fucking solar power my whole house. You know?
Wait, you had this during your vision or after?
This is my vision. This is happening. And then I'm like, what am I going to do if I ever make $1 billion? Which will probably happen. I'll probably be a billionaire before I'm 40. And I'm like, one day, you'll just come out of your house, and guess what? I'll have a garden in front of your fucking house. You have no fucking say in it. I'll fucking rip out your front yard. I'll rip out your front yard, and I'll just plant a garden. What are you going to do? Rip it out? You know, and then people will have.
This is Dave the White.
Dave the White.
What
happened to where's the whiskey, Harry?
It's over here.
And all this shit is not like. It's stuff that's just like back here, you know. Like you like, oh yeah, maybe I should like. Look at what's happening in Japan.
Right.
The second the electricity goes out, the nuclear shit just starts melting. Like that could happen here. That happened at LAX right now. I fucking got off the plane and the fucking computers went down. There's like 500 people about to use the N-word. Right. I mean, look at where we are. There's the 2 radioactive plants like right near San Diego and Santa Barbara. It's like the second the electricity goes down, that shit starts getting into everything. Like,
right.
So, like, we're reliant on all these things, and it's like if we have wells, if we have our own gardens, if we have solar power, it's like, fuck you. What are you laughing at?
I didn't say anything.
What I'm wondering
He's
about
gonna rip out your shit and put a garden there.
You experienced the Kogi in the cave before you even talked to them about the
I never.
How did that? What happened with that? Like
I was like
how did you?
You can't control the vision, so like I'm in this cave, and then I meet this young boy, and I'm like, oh fuck, like something about his eyes. I was like, that's Mauricio. And then like he grew into Mauricio and then Patrick Swayze, but
wow.
And I was like, you know, I wanted to like, and so like I was on that trip. I was like, I want to like think not just about myself, but of the earth and of like being a better person. But then I had to do it. I was like, fuck, what does this mean for my art? Where's my art going? You know, I'm like so like unmotivated to paint anything these days, and like I just get annoyed when I see James paint, and I go, and that's the thing about the visions is that's what I guess meditation is about, or any of these things. It's like I keep thinking I know what the answer is. It's like no, just shut up and just like close your and just like let it out. And I was like, oh fuck. And then the question that I was asking it was, where's my art going? But then as I closed my eyes, I just started getting really annoyed by like art in general, and I'm like, fuck, what else annoys me? And I'm like, shit, Jimmy. Yes. And then I was like, fuck, this motherfucker. He's just like
Poor Jimmy. Even while you're on ayahuasca, you understand.
I go. I love my brother. He's my brother, but he's been nothing but a burden on our family and me. He's just a mooch. He's a fucking parasite.
Yes.
And
I love this drug.
And he just doesn't pull his own weight, and he's just and I'm just getting angry, and I'm like seeing him, and then his face just transforms into the t-shirt on Jason's t-shirt, and then the t-shirt goes like a snake comes out, and he's like, "Hi, Dave," and you know that t-shirt of Jimmy is him smiling, and he's drunk, and he took his finger and like wiped the dirty suit off the New York subway and like made a fake mustache, a soot mustache. And while
that's where that came from.
Yeah, and while he's talking to me, he keeps going like this. He keeps making the mustache. He's like, "Hey, Dave, how's it going? How's it going?" And then his face just keeps transforming to like every photo I've ever like. There's a picture of him getting a brand new toy when he's 8, and he's like, and he's got like the biggest happy face. And then there's another picture of him eating hot wings, and he's like crying. He's like, and I go, "Oh my God, you're the most photogenic person on the planet."
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And then Jason is like been wearing that shirt of my brother everywhere.
Yeah,
and everywhere he goes, everyone goes, "Who is that? And where do I get that t-shirt?" And then I was like, that's what I'm gonna do next. An entire campaign of Jimmy's face with like and all these slogans started coming to me, like just like not like just irreverent bullshit, but like shit that would like help people and make them feel good. Like you're driving down the freeway, the 10 freeway, and there's a giant fucking picture of my brother's face, like smiling.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, automatically you already feel good because there's a big fucking fat Asian face smiling, and right next to it says, "Hey, you know what your fucking problem is?" And then that's it. And then you're driving like and then
This is the best.
and then you're
like,
It's the best thing ever.
and then you're driving more, and you're like, "Hey, what is my fucking problem?" And then there's another billboard like 2 blocks away, and it's it's even bigger billboard, and it's him going, "You're fat," with a PH. And just I can't. I filled up 2 sketchbooks in like an hour. Like I can't tell you. And I told Daniel this after. He's like, maybe you want to think about this one, and I'm like, I don't need to think about it for 1 second. Like, I'm already getting the website, Jimmy Soot Mustache. I'm printing the fucking shit. Like,
You're the most photogenic
but
person in the world.
I mean, I could literally talk to you guys for hours of the it answered everything. It answered everything about love, life, career, the world, Earth, like health,
Wait.
like
So Dave, you know when you said like nothing is an accident?
yeah,
Do we
nothing.
have control over that or no?
Well, I mean, everyone has a different word for it. Some people call it luck. Some people call it fate. Some people call it bad luck. I mean, destiny,
So you don't have
serendipity.
control?
I mean, you just. I guess you have a false sense of control, like.
Yeah.
But you just, in the end, like.
Gnarls Barkley said that. Yeah. He says if you think you're in control, you're crazy.
And everything about the Kogis, I was like, they're so like simple-minded, like whatever. I'm like, the shit you see, like when you take ayahuasca, is like so fucking futuristic. Like it is the internet. It is.
Well, what do they see when they take it?
I mean, and like maybe it was a mix of translation or something, but I was like, they're constantly doing something to speak. They're like, they don't need to meditate to be in a spiritual place.
Yeah.
They're constantly in this like vibrating on like a spiritual level, and the women are constantly weaving like something. And
Kogi women?
yeah, and the weaving within the weaving is they find God inside the weaving, and I was like, that's so stupid. And then the guys, they find God. They have these gourds, like these huge gourds, and inside the gourds is crushed.
What is that?
Like, you know the gourds, these like these like
Squash.
it's like a squash, but it hardens.
Squash that's dried up.
Okay.
In Africa, they put their penises in them and call them penis gourds.
Well, inside this gourd is crushed seashells, and there's a stick, and they're like crushing it even more with the stick, and then the entire time they have bags full of cocoa leaves, and they're chewing cocoa leaves all day nonstop, and it's like this repetitive pattern of like crushing the seashells, and the seashells, something, the lime in them or something, activates the cocoa to make you even crazier, and then like rubbing the stick on the gourd, like it does something too. So like I'm sitting here, and the Kogi family and like the two wise men, they're just sitting there like talking, but the whole time they're like, it's like this like this obsessive compulsive like behavior where they're like rubbing this stick and putting it in their mouth, and the women are weaving.
It's a stimulant, yeah. It's like Zen guys with the green tea.
And then I was like while I was tripping, I saw them in front of me doing it like in like 1,000 times, like really fast, and I was like, this is funny, but like that's, if you think about in life, when you hone in to whatever it is that you're good at, and you're like forget the whole world and you zone into whatever it is, drawing or hitting a hammer, like that repetition, when you get into the zone of like doing that thing, that is when you're like everything else disappears, you know. And like that like this shit was crazy, man. And I know I keep saying this, but like me saying this is it doesn't know justice. Like
it's all experiential.
Like yeah, I mean, and just like the way the Hoffman Institute was like, you experience stuff by like envisioning it. This shit is step 2 the Hoffman process. This shit is for real, man. Like you fucking go there and it answers like, I'm telling you guys, like the tip of the iceberg.
But did anyone of all those people, did anyone have like a bad? Oh, the black woman had a bad trip.
She left.
She didn't really talk about what happened, but even her being
she
there,
tried
like
it?
she showed up and then she just had a scowl. Like, I mean,
So she took the ayahuasca once.
She took it once, and she was like a lot of people have a tough time like putting words together like after, but it wears off the next day. You know, it's not like, oh, dude, like I did everything that they say when they say you do heroin. I fucking kissed an angel. I went to heaven. I went to hell. I there's not one fucking thing in life that comes even close to comparing the things I felt on this. You know, like it was the best fucking night of my life, and nothing will ever, like, I was God. I got to do everything. I got to like create and destroy worlds. I got to like feel the pain of the entire planet and my friends and everyone, and then I got to like forgive everybody, and I got to do every single thing in the universe and make it and go small and go big and go everywhere.
But did everyone have an experience that wonderful, or was there anyone who just?
I think for me, like to go 34 years without like really drinking or doing anything, I kept my body pretty pure except for cheeseburgers, and like to not do any drugs. I mean, the Swiss guys were like doing 4 or 5 cups a night, like, and it was not doing that much. Like no, but even for them, like one of the guys, like he started crying and he was like, I've been so horrible to my body. I need to stop doing drugs, you know.
Hey, so what was Denzolo's experience? Did he tell you, or you guys talk? Or?
Yeah, I wanted you and Denzolo to describe it in tandem.
Denzolo's done a lot of drugs, so like
Harry.
the thing about ayahuasca is it's different every time. Because the second time I did it was definitely not as strong, and it was like, so for Denzolo, his third time was the best night of his life, and like
Why? Because he took more, or what?
no, it's different every time you take it. I mean, and
What about for you, the third time?
the third time was like closure for me. For me, it was like, I know what kind of person I am. Like, like when I came out of jail, I had notebooks and notebooks full, like I was like, these are ideas for work, for things to do.